Unable to connect to chat.
It's okay. It's right here.
Hey, everybody.
Hi.
We seem to be having that trouble where we're unable to connect to chat, so we may try and write something and see if you guys can tell us anything back. We brought my phone down here, so maybe that'll help. How is everyone?
We have a bunch of people right here.
Okay.
Here, I'll be right back. I'll have to go grab something real quick. Oh, no, never mind. It's right here. All right, you can tell them what we're doing today, Dad, for this live stream. I'm doing.
Hey guys, how are you? Hey Becca, nice to see you tonight. Lance, hey bud, that's loud on the screen, I'm sure.
Sorry.
Nice to see you all tonight. Okay. I wanted to show y'all a pin we got in last night. I'm super excited about it. I got this thing online. I didn't take any pictures and send it out too heavy today, but I did have to send it to a few people. Check this thing out.
Lance, Dad is not wearing a Indiana Jones jacket. He is
It's
wearing
a Chippendale that looks like, you know, of course, Indiana Jones there with Chip. So check this out. And it's for comparison to size, that's my finger.
All right.
And that is a limited edition 1500 50th year for Disneyland.
Let's see.
Pretty excited about that pin. That's super, super cool to me.
He said he's in the pic on the advertisement.
Who is?
That's what Lance said. I wonder what that means.
Oh yeah, on the thumbnail, my leather jacket. That's what he's talking about. That I wore for the thumbnail. Yeah.
No.
So I wore this hat for the purpose of, we're talking about tonight snacks. And so y'all bear with us as we go between the phone and the computer, but snacks, this is my, if y'all can't see it, says salty on it.
I'm wearing 1-2 cat. It's Goofy, the what's it called? Flower and Garden Festival, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So one of the things we wanted to do was see what you all thought was your favorite snack in the park, and so we wanted to share some of our favorites, but then also snacks that we like, and then some that we've not tried, and see what you guys thought about those snacks. Maybe y'all have tried them, like them, don't like them, things like that, and we thought we could get some information from you all.
Yeah.
And so why don't you tell us what your favorite snack is, Cole?
My favorite snack. It's a hard one. I have to choose either between the cinnamon almonds or probably the Dole Whip. Those are my two favorite if I'm going to choose between them. The thing about the almonds is you can take them home and save them for months and then eat them at your house. Whereas the Dole Whip, you have to eat it there, but it's so good there, usually, especially when it's hot. But it's pretty good even whenever it's cold.
I remember one time we did cinnamon almonds and we brought them home, and we had gone in January till about mid-January. Mm-hmm. And then we brought them home and we ate on them for like 3 months. And what I would do is every time I would be missing Disney, I would go get some of them cinnamon almonds and I would eat them, and I would think about walking down Main Street, which is interesting because they don't sell them on Main Street. So one of the things we wanted to do was talk about the snacks and then tell you where you can get those snacks. And so for the cinnamon almonds, you can get those kind of at the end of Main Street where you have the circle. We're talking about at Disney World. I know some of the snacks are sold in Disneyland. We don't know a lot about where they're located in Disneyland.
Becca said hi.
Hey, Becca.
I think she was saying hi to Mom, though.
Also, I saw Michelle. Hey, Michelle. Those cinnamon almonds are sold in a little cart to the left of the castle if you're walking towards the castle in Disney World. They're also sold in Epcot in a little cart, kind of after you've come in the main front entrance. If you go to the left, like you're going to go over to the Mexico, but before you get to Mexico, there's a little cart there that they sell them at also.
And I don't know for certain, I read this somewhere, but we haven't stayed at Fort Wilderness, but I also hear at the Fort Wilderness Cafe that they have there, they sell them like in a side area where you can get the cinnamon almonds. So
we're going to write down some of y'all's favorites that y'all are writing down. So I'm going to call them out, and Cole's going to write them. So Lance, you don't have to write who said it, but Lance likes the Goofy Cherry Sours, and Becca likes the Rice Krispie treats. Becca, if you buy that meal plan and you're at Walt Disney World, we did that once. That's how we brought home so many cinnamon almonds. But we also brought home Rice Krispie treats, and so that was cool.
Another thing I like that's gluten free, because I have an allergy, is the
look here.
Yeah, sorry. Another thing I like about it are the goofy. They have a goofy gluten free snacks that they have. I'm trying to get the words out. It's a gluten free snack. They sell chocolate bars and all sorts of other candy bars like that.
You're talking about the prepackaged ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do have that, and they have it in almost every resort in the gift shops. The other thing, Becca, I saw you mentioned that you liked those Rice Krispie treats. The other thing, have you ever had the ones that have the chocolate where it's been dipped halfway down in chocolate? We had those on the last trip, and it was really good. So if you haven't had one, I know, in the future you've got a trip planned. You could, maybe try that and see what you think. Tammy said her favorite is the Dole Whip, which we have on our list as well. The Dole Whip is really good. I thought Tammy liked the Dole Whip float more than the Dole Whip.
I'm much more of a bigger fan of the Dole Whip float.
Yeah, there is a bevy of snacks here on our board that we've written up so that we wouldn't forget. And so thanks for bringing that up. That's funny, Lance.
I'm actually researching hotels at the moment, said Becca Kurtz.
Now, Becca, are you trying to stay in the park or off park?
Lance also said chicken kebab at Bengal Barbecue.
Now, we've never done the Bengal Barbecue. Well, we may have. We did a barbecue when we were at Disneyland. Is that over near the, what would be, I think it used to be called Paradise Pier, but now it's called Pixar Pier? Is that kind of just to the, I guess if you were looking towards Pixar Pier, it'd be to the left of it?
Mom clarified the float. And then Allison wrote, I like Beach's cream ice cream.
Allison, I'm with you. That's the top on my list.
Oh,
I could do without all other snacks at Disney.
I think
if I can have the Beaches and cream a couple of times.
I think I'd rather do that now that I'm thinking about it.
Has anyone else ever have any of y'all ever had the Beaches and cream snacks? Those are the ice creams, those are so good. And even if you don't get the big, sink full, because they sell it in like a kitchen sink, you can always go in and get the ones that are where it's a quick service, and you can go in and get the ones that are just cones, and those are real good also.
Michelle wrote, Cole is never going to live down the bevy comment.
I'm telling you, Michelle, I've been made fun of off of that because he got me. I mean, what do you do there? I mean, I asked a guy at work, I said, has your kid ever schooled you on some knowledge? And they said, yeah. I quit counting how many times. And so, I guess it's just going to get more and more.
That's awesome. I love Ample Hills ice cream too on the boardwalk. Oh, I didn't even think about it. I didn't even know they had another ice cream place.
Hey, Sarah, how are you doing?
Oh.
My phone thought it said Siri, but it was Sarah. Hey, Sarah, how are you? The Ample Hills ice cream.
I'm going to write that.
We're going to write that down. We're going to have to try that. I know on an upcoming trip, we're going to get to stay at a real nice place. Where is it called?
The I keep thinking the boardwalk now. The contemporary. Well, not the contemporary.
We're going to stay at Bay Lake Towers. And so we've never stayed there. We're super excited. We'll let y'all know how it is.
I have no idea. The word was...
You had no idea either, Michelle? I mean, it's tough. I mean, he said it and I was like, is he trying to say buffet? I thought he read it on our board wrong.
I've heard so many comments about the bevy ever since they did it. Ever since the video went up.
Now, I'll tell you, Sarah, one of the places we really like to eat in Disney for breakfast is right over there at the boardwalk too. I'm going to butcher what it's called, but Trattoria del Alfarno, I'm thinking is the name. But that place is delicious. I'm telling you, best breakfast in all of Disney World, in my opinion.
Now, Lance said that the Bengals barbecue is actually near the Indiana Jones ride, near the Jungle Cruise at Disneyland. And I don't think we ever went near that area when we went like 5 years ago. So
yeah, Lance, it has been 5 years. We ate at a little barbecue place over near Pixar Pier where it is now. It was to the left of Pixar Pier in 2015 when we went. And so that tells you how long ago that's been. I've tried to plan another trip to Disneyland, but my DVC points, I couldn't get in at the resort at the wanted time. So I rescheduled, at Bay Lake Towers this time. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe next year. That would be great.
Yeah. Gotcha. That is a good place as well.
So, Becca, you're looking at Bay Lake Towers. If you're looking at Bay Lake Towers, one thing you might do, because I'm kind of like the planning guy for our family, you might look into renting or buying points from a DVC person and utilizing those points. Because I know in September, points are going to be pretty low. You can probably get it for about 15 or 16 points a night. And you can buy those points for about $15, $16 a point. And so if you're able to do that, that could save you some money over the normal list price, maybe.
Thank you to whoever liked the video, by the way.
Yeah, thank you very much. Actually, to be honest with y'all, all the likes and all the comments and all that stuff just drives the YouTube algorithm up and gets us more views and gets us shown more. And so we appreciate that every time y'all do it.
Thank you for the second like, by the way.
Let me see what Becca said. I have a friend that's a cast member that gets a good discount, but I've been thinking about that. Hey, I say go for it if you can get the hotel cheap enough. I mean, we've not stayed there, but the cool thing about it is you can literally walk across straight to the Magic Kingdom. If you wanted to go to Epcot, you can, ride over to the Ticket and Transportation Center. So to me, it's one of the top, resorts for getting where you're, if Magic Kingdom is one of your favorites.
I'm trying to remember. I believe it's actually just one monorail trip to the Ticket and Transportation Center instead of going through all the hotels. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I believe it's just you go to the Ticket and Transportation Center.
I think he's right on that. If I can remember right, you can go straight from there to Ticket and Transportation Center. The other thing, if you wanted to look into it, is the Polynesian. If you stay there, you can take a monorail to the park. You can take a ferry to the park, and you can take and walk to the Ticket and Transportation Center because you're right next to it.
Thank you for the third like, but also, yeah, I think the Polynesian's probably at least the second best resort in my opinion for transportation.
Yeah, if it was me and I was doing one day, Becca, that's exactly what I would do if I had the money for the hotel. I would book at Bay Lake Towers for that nice walkover and that sort of thing. Because then at the end of the night and you're wore out and you're tired, this is what I'm looking forward to. All you got to do is walk across the street and you're at your hotel. It's not like you've got to wait in a 20-minute line to catch a 20-minute bus ride all the way out to Saratoga Springs or the Animal Kingdom Lodge or something like that.
Thank you for the fourth like, everybody. It really does help us whenever you guys like.
Lance, I'll agree with you. The Matterhorn is cool. At Disney World, they don't call it that, but it is a cool ride. They have their version also. As far as other snacks, let me tell y'all some more on our list. I know churros are good, but I'm going to promise y'all churros at Disneyland are better than churros at Disney World. There's a lot of people who might debate that and say, well, they're the same thing. They're not. At Disneyland, they make their churros different than they make it at Disney World.
Yeah.
And it's because of the regulations in California on food and what they can put into it. And so therefore the churros do taste different, and they're a lot better at Disneyland. And so they're kind of famous for that.
I know I didn't get to try them at Disneyland or Disney World, but if smell has to do with anything, I could smell the Disneyland churros and the Disney World, and the Disneyland ones are way better.
I see what you're talking about, Lance. You said that Yodeleihu Matterhorn macaroon. So write that down in case we go to Disneyland. We might want to try it. I bet it is fantastic. In fact, macaroons are one of the things we like at Disney World also. They're very good.
I had one at the France Pavilion at the food and wine event, and I thought it was real good. It tasted to me like two wafers, but in between the wafers was a thing of ice cream. So it's real good.
Cheeseburger spring rolls, Sarah. I don't think I've ever tried those. You'll have to tell me where exactly they sell that. I'm thinking, if I remember hearing about it, they may sell it at Disney Springs, but I don't remember. So you'd have to tell me in the comment here where exactly you've tried that. And so maybe we can try that. I'd love to do a video and talk about different things we try this time. So that would be fun.
Yeah. Cheeseburger spring rolls. I've heard a lot of good stuff about that.
Oh, they sell it in Magic Kingdom.
That's right.
Okay.
I know where it's at. It was next to the entrance to Adventureland. If I'm remembering correctly, they sell it somewhere near the entrance to Adventureland.
Well, we'll have to try it and see if we can find that place there in Magic Kingdom and see what we can try. The other thing, the pretzels, speaking of my hat, you don't just have one type of pretzels. They also have the cheese stuffed pretzels, and some of those are real good also. I know a lot of people like those.
Churro toffee.
I'm not a huge pretzel guy, but if I'm going to get one, it's going to be one stuffed with cheese. And so that seems to me like something I'd rather have.
Lance suggested the churro toffee.
I've
never had a toffee before.
You've never had toffee?
I've never had a toffee.
Okay, toffee is what they're probably putting something on the outside of the churro.
I don't know. I've never
like a crumble of toffee.
I've never had it.
All right. Well, Cole's missed out on life.
If life is a toffee, then I don't know.
Well, toffee's the stuff on it. Let me give y'all a couple more of these Mickey Premium bars. We like those.
The ones in the parks are gluten-free. I don't know about everywhere else, though.
Yeah, the ones in the park are gluten-free. If you go to Walmart and you find those ones that say Mickey 90th anniversary or whatever store you go to, grocery store, those are not gluten-free. We called to find out. So Cole doesn't get to eat those. So we all get to eat those along through the year when we're missing Disney, and we eat those.
Yeah, and I just get to miss Disney and not eat those.
Yeah. Also, there's the fruit, Nutella, and waffle all mixed together, and you fold it up like a taco. We've had that, and that thing is fantastic. I really like that. They also sell it where you can put chicken in it and fold it up. So chicken and waffles.
Toffee dipped in white chocolate, then rolled in cinnamon sugar. I'm just going to write just toffee. That's all I'm going to write.
I'm going to guess that I think he's telling you what theirs is made out of, the churro toffee. Lance, that does sound amazing. Outside of the Mickey Premium bars and the fruit and Nutella, we like Cole and I like to go to Pecos Bills and get the fruit slush. They're real good, and it's a really good size. comparatively to some of the other snacks around Disney. And so I would recommend, if you're wanting some sort of a slush or something, they've got a pretty good one.
And they don't have very long lines usually throughout the day.
And if you're eating there and you're getting a child's plate like Allison would sometimes get, then you can ask them to substitute the child's drink for the slush, and they'll do it. And so that saves a little bit of money.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what I suggest to do if you're wanting something sweet and you're not wanting to spend a bunch of money.
Yeah.
Other than that, we like also the apples that have been dipped. You know, they're sometimes dipped in candy, sometimes they're dipped in caramel, and then they have chocolate on top and that sort of thing. I don't know, have any of y'all ever had those? They sell a lot of them either right up front in Magic Kingdom over at the confectionery, or you can go all the way back to Big Top Circus and they sell a ton of them in there. And they sell them in Epcot. I know at the German Pavilion, in the German area, they have them. You know, just let us know if y'all have tried the chocolate covered apple. I mean,
they have different types
caramel covered apples. They do. And they'll have not mushrooms.
The mushroom apples.
Yeah,
that would be an interesting one to do.
What is it called? The marshmallow.
Yes, marshmallow. I was thinking
with apple. And that's real good.
Yeah.
Another thing we have on ours that we've not tried is the turkey leg.
Yeah.
Now, I've heard a lot of people eat the turkey leg at Disney World. I've heard that thing has more sodium than, 6 meals put together, though. So, I don't know if I'm going to try that. But a turkey leg is always delicious to me. And y'all have to let us know if you've tried the turkey leg and how good it is.
Lance suggested the giant pickle spear. I don't know if that's supposed to be a joke, but that does sound right up my alley.
I don't think that's a joke.
I love pickles.
I don't know if they sell that at Disney World, Lance, but where do they sell it in Disneyland? You'll have to comment so we can read it off for everybody.
And Sarah Burton said those apples look so yummy.
They are. I'm telling you. And if you go in there and you buy it, you can ask them and they'll cut it for you and core it right there on site. And then you can go around and each person can just get the piece that they want. And we usually split one when we get them.
You point to me, but I still can't eat that one.
He never splits any, but me and Tammy always do. And Allison always mooches off of us.
Have you tried the Peter Pan float? Better than Dole Whip float. That's on my list to try, said Sarah Burton.
Sarah, we have not tried the Peter Pan float.
I didn't even know that existed.
We're going to write that down also as something to check out this next trip. And I'm going to guess, do they sell it also back there, the same place they sell the Dole Whip float and things?
I believe that's the only pineapple last time I checked. I looked at the menu.
I know there's that place, and then around the corner from there on your way back up towards the castle, there's also a place that sells stuff similar to that.
Yeah, the Orange Bird stand.
Right, and I don't know which one of those it might be at, so let us know. Let's see, did Lance ever answer where to get it?
They sell it at Pixar Pier and also near Splash Mountain. So on Main Street at Disneyland, they actually have fans that blow out the smell of the chocolate and candy so you can smell it everywhere.
The smellinators.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they get you right there.
Although I think they don't do that at Disney World, right?
At Disney World? No, they do.
Do they?
They do it everywhere.
I don't smell it anymore. I guess I've just been so much. I just don't smell it at all.
Right. Another thing that we would suggest that's a great snack, and I would use it as maybe even a breakfast every now and then. We have used it as a breakfast a time or two, is a cinnamon roll. And so you can get one of two different cinnamon rolls. They sell a cinnamon roll that's shaped like Mickey in, basically whatever their rendition of Starbucks is in the parks. Yeah. Each one of the parks has their own rendition of Starbucks. So like at Animal Kingdom, it's Creature Comforts. At the Magic Kingdom, do you remember what it's called there?
It's called the Main Street
Bakery.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the trolley cart at Hollywood Studios. And at Epcot, it was just, I don't know where it's at now that they've torn down.
They have a little stand outside. It's just Starbucks.
Okay. Because it was in where Beverly's drink was.
In the store next to it.
Yeah. I don't know what that was called. They tore it down, so it's not there no more.
Yeah, the apple drink at Gaston's Tavern is delish. I'm going to have to disagree a little bit.
Yeah, Cole didn't like the apple drink.
I won't say I didn't like it. It was a little too sweet for me.
It is over the top sweet. It is knock your head off sweet. But while you're at Gaston's, that's where the other cinnamon roll is. That cinnamon roll is bigger than your head. I mean, it's gigantic, and it's like $6 or $7. And so if you're trying to be a little more healthy, you can also get there hummus and like carrots and things. And so I know one time we went there and Allison ate the cinnamon roll, and me and Tammy ate the hummus and carrots, trying to be a little more healthy since we had eaten all the other stuff that was kind of rough.
Yeah, I'll mention a snack that we did not write down was, and I know you're probably going to tell the funny story about it, but we haven't mentioned anything for the cruise lines, but I think the ice creams on the cruise line is amazing.
Hi, Melissa. Thanks for joining in. There is an apple drink at Gaston's. You're right. I don't know why Cole disagrees so much. It is good, but it's just
I said I didn't disagree with it. You were the.
It's so sweet that it just is over the top.
I'm not gonna say it's bad. I don't think that. I'll drink it, but I'm just like, if I'm gonna get something there, I'm not gonna waste my calories on Gaston's Tavern personally.
Tammy, I see that you wrote the Ronto wrap. I'm with you. That Ronto wrap is good. It's delicious. Cole can't have it, but it's delicious. And
pretty much 90% of all snacks are not gluten-free that are like the popular ones.
If I'm remembering right, the Ronto wrap was in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, right?
Yes.
And it was a little pricey though, but it was very, very good. And so great little snack if you're in the middle of the afternoon and you're not wanting something sweet. And so another thing that I think that we all like, they sell, popcorn, all the parks. And you can buy a bucket, go in, take your bucket back with you, and refills are like $2. And so that's always a good deal. Gives you something sweet or salty that you can have to knock off some of the sweet that you've been eating the whole week. And so that's always good. Mm-hmm. Lance said, calories, Cole. You should not be worried about calories. Enjoy your teenage years while you can.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you're right, Tammy. We ate the Ronto wrap as a meal, and we thought, well, it's not that filling if you remember right. But it would be, if you got 2 Ronto wraps, it'd be filling, but then that's a little pricey because I remember right, they're almost $10 each. But we did eat it that way. So are there any snacks that maybe we've missed that you guys would say that's your top of the line snack at Disney, or that's a must try, type of snack? I know sometimes we get snacks and it's a once and done kind of deal. It was good the one time, but we're not going to go back and get, snacks over and over from that, or that same type of snack over and over. I know, Becca, you're going to the Contemporary or the Bay Lake Towers. The Contemporary, I think it's the 3rd or the 4th floor. There's a big gift shop area. And in one of those gift shops, there is a bakery style section that has all sorts of delicious looking cupcakes. I'm talking, they look amazing. We have not had the chance to try them, but on our next trip, I may get one if we do the dining plan or something. And so I'll have to let you know if we do that. I'll let you know how good they are. All right. What does that say?
Yes. Okay. I haven't tried one yet. Let me know. But it said Becca Kurtz.
Yeah, we'll let you know for sure. Tammy said, laugh out loud, Lance. Right, Lance? I can promise you, he is usually not concerned with calories. This is true, Lance.
Melissa wrote, did anyone mention the Amorettes in Disney Springs?
They did not. You'll have to write down what that is, and we'll read it off here to everybody.
What's it called? Amorettes? Okay, let me try and spell it.
Cole's going to write it down here. I'm not sure what that is, but I'd be interested to know. I know that our next trip, we are planning a little bit of time at Disney Springs, maybe. We normally don't spend a lot of time there because we have an annual pass and we're all about going into the park while we're there. If we lived closer, we'd probably do Springs a lot more.
Yeah. Okay.
Allie, you want to try Sprinkles? I'm guessing that's a shop.
I guess. I don't know. Maybe she just
I was
wanted to
gonna
get
say,
some of those sprinkles.
I can get some sprinkles out of the cabinet, girl.
I think she meant yes for the
Wanting to try it.
the store.
Oh, Sprinkles sells cupcakes. That's right. In Disney Springs. I remember now.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot.
That's exactly right. I remember.
We walked by there once, and I was like, I know what that is. That's the little cupcake making stand. It makes it automatically for you.
Right. So, Cole, what would you say to someone who was out there that was going to go to Disney? Maybe they've got a gluten allergy. What would you say if they were going to pick out just one or two snacks, maybe 2 or 3 snacks that they were going to try while they were there? What would your top 3 be?
Now, I'm not a medical professional. I don't know your case. For whatever reason, certain things don't affect me the same way. Like I've heard the cinnamon almonds are both gluten-free and not gluten-free, so I'm going to say that's one of the things that I choose, but you should consult with the cast members before you try any of the gluten-free options. But one of the things I would say would be the cinnamon almonds. Depending on cast member to cast member, they say some of the cast members say the cinnamon almonds are gluten-free, while others say they're not. But from the stands that I've gone to, in the Magic Kingdom especially, they are gluten-free, or at least they don't have any cross-contamination, or they aren't made with gluten.
What's your next one?
Probably the Dole Whip. Oh, no, Peaches and Cream. Peaches and Cream would probably be Peaches and Cream. The thing with cinnamon almonds is you could take them home, but if it wasn't for that fact, I would say Peaches and Cream is my favorite.
Hard to take Peaches and Cream home.
Yeah. And then probably the Dole Whip. I mean, it's a classic. It's good. It tastes good.
So you would pick those 3 over the Mickey Premium?
Yeah.
Bars? Huh, very nice.
I mean,
Lance, I see what you wrote there. I've never we didn't try the sourdough bread bowls at Disney California Adventure when we were there. You said they're located, that you can buy them right outside of the Pirates of the Caribbean at New Orleans Square. So if you're watching, you want to try those next time, anybody else that you're at Disney California Adventureland, Lance says those are really good on a cold day. Now, I've been to California. They don't get that cold there, Lance.
Oh, and someone mentioned the Mickey Mouse cake. I've heard of it, and I hear there's a class where you can make your own. I don't know. We haven't done one, but I believe there's a class where you can make your own Mickey Mouse cake.
I think that's right, and I'm not remembering where that's at either. But
I think it's in Disney
true.
Springs, if I'm remembering correctly.
So the Mickey Mouse cake, it's
at Ariette's. I don't know how to pronounce
that. Must be in the France area, I'm guessing, Melissa.
I could have swore it was in Disney Springs, but I guess I may be wrong about that.
Let us know. Is that in is it in France or in Disney Springs, Melissa? Tammy said we'll definitely be trying that. So, the boss has spoken. That will be what we try. It's Disney Springs. I'm from Texas. Tammy's telling me it's Disney Springs. It's Disney Springs for me.
Thank you to whoever liked the video.
So it's in Disney Springs. Okay. So we're probably gonna for sure take a trip to Disney Springs this time. Probably the day we arrive is my guess, and we'll spend a little time there. That'll be enjoyable for sure.
Thank you to the other person who also liked the video. We have 6 likes already.
Yeah, thank y'all very much.
Thank you.
Outside of that, we have lots of other
I'm surprised you didn't tell
snacks that we'd like to try.
I'm surprised you didn't tell the story whenever I was talking about the ice cream on the Disney cruise ship.
Oh, let me tell y'all this. This is funny. We went on the Disney cruise, and on the cruise, you get free soft serve ice cream all day, all night, every night. You can get up there, and if it's out, you can have as much of it as you want. And so Cole asked the guy, "Is the ice cream gluten free?" And the guy says, "Yes." And then he said, "And the cones are gluten free too." So Cole goes on for about 2 more days, eating 6 or so ice creams a day.
Okay.
Because he's worried about his calorie count.
Yeah, that's exaggerated.
And then we're walking by it, and I said, "Are you sure that stuff's gluten free?" And he said, "Yeah." I asked the guy. So the box was laying out there, and I looked over there on it, and it says contains wheat. And I snapped a picture of it, and I showed it to him. I said, "Hey, that's not gluten free." And I'll kid you not, that night he started busting out and was sick, with gluten issues the rest of the trip.
Thank you to the 7th person who liked the video, by the way. But yeah, the moral to that story: make sure you know that the person knows what they're talking about when they say something's gluten free.
So it's a Mickey Mouse cake.
Mickey Mouse cake, maybe accidentally.
I gotcha. Very good, Mickey Mouse cake.
Disney, they're always trying to play, trying to be clever with their wordplay. Mickey Mouse play. I mean, moose cake. Play on words. Yeah, Allie, thanks. Thanks for that correction.
All right. So we were back talking about other snacks. I think we've covered most everything on our board. One of the other things that's kind of generic that you can get, we're winding down here, is a frozen lemonade. I mean, on a hot July, June, July, August in Florida, I'm sure it's the same in Anaheim. We went in Anaheim in the very beginning of June when we went in 2015, and it wasn't that bad there. Well, in Florida, it is a beast. Mm-hmm. It is serious hot when you get into late June, July, and August. And I know it feels like it's 150 degrees in that park sometimes. It feels like the rubber on your shoes is going to fall off. And so ice creams, those sort of things seemingly do help to cool you down. But to me, those frozen lemonades and those fruit slushes do better than ice cream. All that milk on my stomach, it'll bother me if it's too early in the day. Yeah. And so we would suggest those things to help cool you down if you're wanting something sweet. I mean, after all, you're going to walk 12 to 15 miles, or I know we do. 12 to 15 miles, you're walking off those sweets pretty quick.
If you're going to ask my personal opinion, each park has their own different types of slushies. Like Animal Kingdom, I tried their slushie. I didn't think it was super great, but I would say the ones in Magic Kingdom, in my opinion, are the best slushies. Either the ones at the very front, or my personal favorite would be the one in Pecos Bills. But yeah,
I think in Animal Kingdom they do like a Jamba Juice slushie. And so is that what you're talking about?
No, they just had a plain cherry slushie.
Well, they also have a Jamba Juice slushie.
Yeah.
And I don't remember where you get that, but they had it for a while.
If I'm remembering correctly, they either sold it or they are selling it at the place near, what's it called? Not Kilimanjaro Safari. The big mountain, what's it called?
Everest?
Yeah, Everest. I believe they sell it near a little.
So over in the Asian area?
Yeah.
Of the Asia area of
Adorable
Animal Kingdom.
Snowman Frosted Treats. Is that a Rice Krispie? I would. Night Blossom over in Pandora. I didn't even know that.
I don't know what that is. Now, I'll tell you, my favorite thing in the Pandora area is Satuli's Canteen. I love those little bowls you can buy. Those things are great for lunch. But I don't think we've bought any snacks in the Pandora area. So a Night Blossom over in the Pandora area. Thanks for commenting there, Mike. Yeah. You'll have to fill me in sometime, or if you have time on here, to kind of tell us what it was that's made out of, so we have an idea.
Allison had to correct.
It's just to the left of Satuli. Okay.
It's Everest, not the big mountain.
Who called it the Big Mountain? Cole?
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Big mountain with snow on top. Lance, you said at Pixar Pier, the adorable snowman frosted treats.
Yeah.
Very good. Probably on a hot day. Frosted sounds like it's frozen of some sort. Is it, maybe their rendition of a icy or something like that?
Mike said it's just to the left of Satuli.
Okay. And it's a play on the movie from Monsters Inc.
Oh,
Okay.
I get it. I get it.
So it's snow cones kind of thing, is my guess.
Okay.
And so you said, Mike said that is, not Mike, Lance said that's at Pixar Pier.
That would make sense because Abominable.
Right.
Because he does the snow cones.
Now, I wonder, do they still do that big projection in the water right there at Pixar Pier in the evening? That thing was pretty cool. It was the first time I've ever seen projections was in 2015 on the water like that. You remember that?
I remember.
That was pretty amazing.
It was also the first time I ever saw BB-8 because they showed him in a little pre-show, or not a pre-show,
Lance said yes, they still do the projections on the water there.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's it, Lance. World of Color. That was a cool show.
Yeah, I liked how they brought in. I think they brought in one of Walt's grandchildren, right? Or am I thinking of somebody else?
I don't remember. I maybe. The second place I saw that did that was Fantasia or Phantasmic.
Yeah, that's right,
Phantasmic.
Not Fantasia. That's a movie. Absolutely.
All right. So we're kind of out of our list of different snacks. I'm reading back through it real quick. I think I didn't tell y'all the fruit with the Nutella and the waffle. You can buy that. I think it's at Sleepy Hollow in the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, I believe.
And it's right. It's kind of over near the castle on your way into Liberty Square, because I remember getting it and there being no seats the night we got it. And then we went over there because we had eaten at the Jungle Cruise and we did not like our meal that particular night. So we left the Jungle Cruise, went and watched a little bit of the fireworks, and then we went back to Sleepy Hollow and got that. And I remember that thing was amazing. And so I would highly recommend that fruit Nutella and eating like a taco with the waffles. It was so good.
Thank you to whoever did the 8th like, by the way. Greatly appreciate it.
The waffle is a tradition with you guys, Melissa, for the fireworks. Yeah, I'm telling you, that waffle, it's up there for me. I haven't done it since. That was a couple of trips ago, if I remember right.
It was actually the 4th of July, I believe. Because
last year on the 4th.
We were on the exact day of the 4th of July because we had gone to Skipper's Canteen and we ran back to the thing to get video of the fireworks.
Yeah. And I think we have that video. If you guys wanted to watch it, we have the video of the July 4th special fireworks show.
Yeah.
And then after shooting that, I went and ate that waffle. So it was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a little tip for y'all. If you're going to be there, and I don't know that they do this every time, but I've heard they do it quite often at Disney World. On the night of 4th of July last year, they, at all the gift shops, but specifically at the pin trading one was the cool one for us, the discount, they gave everybody a 30% off discount on anything, almost anything in the store. All pins were included. And then on top of that, churros were $2. The what else do they sell right across from there? Churros,
the slushies,
pretzels.
The slushies were $2.
The slushies were $2. I think the pretzels were $2.
The popcorn was the popcorn?
The popcorn wasn't because it comes in the buckets.
Oh, okay.
But I remember that it was the slushies, the pretzels, and the
Dole Whips were on sale though, right? Am I thinking correctly or not?
I don't remember. Dole Whips may have been on sale too.
I think Dole Whips were they were just about to close, but they were closing not early, but
And
closing soon.
it's a huge party that night. I'm talking there is like 2 or 3 different areas of the park that are having live music going on and all sorts of dancing and celebrating and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And what was interesting is they do that not only at the 4th of July, but I'm told by some friends of ours that are there all the time that they do that 4th of July and New Year's Eve, both nights. And they do the discount and they do all that stuff both nights. And so if you're ever in the park, 4th of July, you can get some of those snacks for a lot less expensive.
I know that's going to be cool.
Cinnamon rolls were $2. Thank you, Tammy. I knew you would remember.
That's right, because she ran over to get the cinnamon rolls because we were all like rushing to get every single type of snack we could.
Yes, Lance, thanks for bringing that up. We're at 120 subscribers, 30 more, and we're giving away that limited edition 500 Splash Mountain pin. And so be sure if you haven't subscribed to click that subscribe button. And if you're a public on YouTube, will automatically enter you in to the drawing.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's a super cool pin. And that I think is from the Disneyland Splash Mountain.
Yeah.
Cinnamon rolls were $2. Just FYI, Melissa says Sweet Frog has Dole Whip yogurt.
They have Dole Whip yogurt. That's cool. That's right. We tried it. Did we try it at Minchie's?
Yeah, I think Minchie's also seasonally gets a Dole Whip yogurt also.
Those are out of the parks.
Right. Those are not in the park. Those are, I know we have a Minchie's in Tyler, Texas. And I know we used to have a Sweet Frogs where we live, but it closed down. There just wasn't enough business. But Sweet Frogs, I'm sure they have several of them up in the Fort Worth, Dallas area where Melissa's at. And so super cool that they have those. Maybe next time I'm up that way, I'll have to get me a Dole Whip.
Cool.
That'll be this Saturday at that pin event. And so Allie says, thank you everyone for subbing. Truly helps us. I agree. Yes, and it's a frozen yogurt. What did I call it?
Maybe you called it ice cream.
I may have, or maybe I called it just yogurt. But yes, it's a frozen yogurt. Mike, Minchie's does do that every now and then. I know we've had it twice. And so I don't know if they've got it right now. They kind of rotate out their flavors there. But they do have it at the one there at the same parking center or shopping center as that FD's is in.
Yeah.
And so I called it yogurt. That's probably true.
That's probably right.
And so it's a frozen yogurt. There is a vast difference. Frozen yogurts taste a whole lot better.
Yeah.
And so great comments. Glad you guys are helping people find little ways to think of Disney when you're outside the park. I know if you're like us, you come home from Disney and you kind of go through this Disney blues.
Yeah.
Where once you've been home for a little while, you're like, man, I wish I could go back to the park.
Now, Dad, did you ever give your top 3 favorite snacks?
I didn't, so we'll do that real quick. My top 3 favorite snacks. Now, these are not desserts. We did not do desserts at restaurants because mine would not be what I'm about to give if we were doing desserts. But my top 3 is, I would say, Beaches and Cream ice cream.
Okay.
That's my top. And then I would probably say I'm at a tie here. I would between the fruit Nutella waffle and the Dole Whip. I don't particularly like the Dole Whip float.
I'm surprised you didn't like the cinnamon almond.
That would be my third. So I'm at a tie for second with those others. The cinnamon almond, I'm like Cole. I really mainly like it, not because I like to eat it in the park, but I like to bring it home.
Yeah.
And so because it makes me think of being in the park.
Yeah.
And so those would probably be my top 3. Y'all let us know what your top 3 would be. Tammy and Allie, if y'all want to comment in, you can let everybody know what your top 3 would be. Tammy says, yes, I get the Disney blues. I can't wait to go back. And I would agree with her. I can't wait to go back either. I'm chomping at the bit to get to go back. And so it's a long lost love.
The long distance relationship.
Yeah, it's a long distance relationship that costs lots of money. And so I'm only going to go, when I have the opportunity. All right. Well, we appreciate y'all for joining us. I'm going to let Cole take a second here, and I'm going to get that pin to show everybody one more time. The pin that we're going to give away at 150 subscribers.
Did you ever decide if you were going to give the thing away this week or not? You said last week we were possibly going to give away that other thing.
Oh, yeah.
And I know how we could possibly do it.
How?
What if we let everyone in the comment section write their top favorites?
You're talking about our regular comment section, not the comment section that you're writing in right now.
I don't think they can comment in the normal comment section.
As soon as the video's over, what we'll do is if you'll comment.
You might have to refresh the page.
Yeah, you may have to refresh, but as soon as this video ends, if you'll comment and then tell us your 3 favorite, what we'll do is, how are you going to judge the winner?
Well, maybe. What if we just do random? The random.
We'll count all the people who comment their 3, and I'll use the randomizing app on one of our next videos, and I'll hit the button, and whatever pops up, they're going to get this cool Dumbo Funko Pop set. That's a mystery set. Now, I'll let you know, this was one of my favorite mystery sets of all the Funko Pops. And so we tried to give this away one time before. Somebody won it. They never sent their address to me, so I could never send it to them. They finally told me just go ahead and give it to somebody else. So if you guys would like to win this, just hang around, comment in the comment section. When this video ends, there'll be comments that you can comment on at the bottom, and after you refresh, and then you can be entered in to win this. And this is going to be given away at 150 subscribers. And this is a Disneyland Splash Mountain pin. If I remember right, limited edition, 500. And so y'all be sure subscribe. And if you're subscribed, we will put you in the drawing automatically as long as it's a public subscription. Let's see. What does everybody have? Okay. So, Mike, you got to comment on the next set of comments. In other words, when we close this video, you'll have to refresh and then comment to be entered in. And so be sure and do that. I see Michelle's doing the same thing. I know it's kind of confusing, but what will happen is these comments go away once we end the live stream. And then there'll be a section for regular comments below that. All right. Well, what we'll do is we're going to sign off here, and we're going to look forward to seeing you guys next time. So we appreciate y'all joining us. And until next time,
from our house to yours.